Welcome back to my channel. Many of you have been asking me for a cost of living video about living here in Athens. It's really not a cost of living for Greece though, because when I lived on the islands it was cheaper. And I should also preface this with the fact that I live in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Athens. I live in Laiki. So some of this will be less than it would be if I lived in a different neighborhood, and I am going to talk about rent in my neighborhood and rent in some other neighborhoods later on in the video. But I wanted to talk more about food today. In this first part of the video, I'm showing you what I just came back from the grocery store, and I wanted to show you what I bought and how much it was, and then I'm going to probably go to the street market tomorrow, which is every Friday in my neighborhood, actually right outside my door. It's really nice. I don't buy a lot there, mostly just buy fruits and vegetables and flowers, but I'll show you that anyway. And then I'll probably do another grocery run probably in a couple of days, so I'll show you that again just to kind of give you an idea of the different prices. Keep in mind I'm one person and I mostly only cook for me, especially during this time. I'm not having people over, so I'm just cooking for myself. Okay. So my total bill was 33 euros and 52 cents. This is a pretty typical shop for me. Like, I didn't buy like any cleaning supplies, so that's pretty good. I did buy some tissues, but like normally it's just food. Occasionally I have like to buy like soap or stuff to do laundry with, and sometimes that makes my bill a little bit higher. So first I have butter, which is like, it is 225 grams of butter. And that was 3 euros and 8 cents. The bread, I'm also having to figure this out in Greek because the receipt's in Greek, and I know some of it, but not all of it. It was 1.88. The mozzarella was 2 euros and 45 cents. This is a new thing for me. It's become like a snack, so I have it like with a tomato usually. Tomorrow I'm going to buy tomatoes at the street market. Cheddar cheese, 1 euro 99 cents. Bananas, 1 euro and 15 cents. There are only 4 here because if I buy too many of these, then I don't eat them. I bought a tiny onion for my dinner tonight, which was 7 cents. This is one of my big splurges, is the fancy Fage Greek yogurt, which is 3.88, which is a little bit cheaper than it would be if I bought it in the States. It would be like $4.50 to $5 in the US. So this is about $4 US, so it's pretty typical. A can of chopped tomatoes for my dinner, which was, I believe, 89 cents. Yes. A cheap bottle of wine, because if it's just me, I buy the cheap bottles. This was only 2 euros and 95 cents. There's also a Spanish wine that I sometimes get, and it's like 2 euros and 23 cents. There's a really nice Greek red wine that I like, but it's anywhere from 15 to 16 euros a bottle, so I don't buy that often. The box of tissues, 2 euros and 79 cents. And then raw almonds, which I could get these at the street market, but I'm still not confident yet enough to ask like for stuff in Greek, so I'm really working on that. These were, oh, here it is, 2 euros and 85 cents. Now the one thing that's not on here is, and I'll pull it out, it's a package of chicken breasts. So this will last me for like probably 4 days, 3-4 days, depending on how much I cook. And this is the most expensive thing at 9 euros and 54 cents. But if I get 4 meals out of it, it's really not bad. And that's more expensive than it normally is. Normally it's like 8 euros and 50 cents. So maybe I just bought a heavier one. Who knows? Anyway, so that's kind of like a shop for me. I don't drink milk really, like of any kind. I do have a bottle in there because I was on like a hot chocolate kick for a little while. So I don't know how much milk is, but I will check the next time. And that's a liter bottle. I'll show you what it looks like, but I don't remember how much it is. So it comes in like, mostly like this look. It looks like this. So I need to check and see how much the price is. But again, I don't do it very often. I'm not 100% sure how much milk is. And I don't buy cereal. I'm not a cereal eater. I either have yogurt or bread or oatmeal for breakfast. And then for lunch, sometimes I eat lunch, sometimes I don't. Hey guys, I've just come back from the Friday street market, so I thought I'd show you what I got and how much it cost. So I got 3 tomatoes, and they were €1.40. Pretty good if you ask me. And they're pretty fresh, so like I won't have to wait to eat them. I did pick up one that was like way beyond ripe. You can get them bigger, but since it's just me, I find that these are easier for me to finish if I just, because I can eat one instead of the big ones when I have to put them in the fridge. And then I bought strawberries, and I get them from the same person every time because she's had strawberries the longest. So anyway, these were €3.50. And normally I sometimes get bananas from her, but I had already bought bananas at the grocery store, and usually if I get strawberries and bananas right now, they're €5 if I get both. At the street market is fresh flowers. This week has been a little bit weird. I don't really care for the flowers that they had, so I got something different. I got a bunch of these white ones and one daisy that was orange, and I don't know if it shows on the camera, but in person the center looks purple. So this in total was €5. Usually I can get like 2 bunches of flowers for €4, but I didn't buy from the guy I normally buy from because he didn't have anything that I really cared for, and also this is totally different flowers than I normally get, and I have a feeling this daisy is probably pretty expensive on its own. This is probably at least €1 by itself. But you know what, I'm pretty happy with the flowers I've been getting. The flowers I bought last Friday are still pretty fresh. So my plan right now is I'm going to put this one in a solo by itself by my bed. I really love orange, even though I can't wear it. And the white ones I think will replace one of the other bouquets that I bought last week. They're starting to kind of get a little bit sad. Alright, I am back with my second grocery shop for the week. I realized that during this whole virus situation, my shopping habits have changed, because it used to be that I would go every other day or so to the grocery store to get what I need, and I'd buy like 4 things. Now that this virus has come, I've been going a lot less. In fact, to go from last week to today is even more than I was going. I was only going about once a week more if I could get away with it. So, and the other thing about this shop is I had to buy some things that I don't buy on a normal basis because I just had run out of like some staples. I'll show you that. So soy sauce and mayonnaise, I had run out of those completely. So obviously you don't buy those that often. So the soy sauce was, oh, this is always a challenge for me, €3 and a penny, 3.01. And the mayonnaise was €2.98. The other thing is I went to a different grocery store. I went to the grocery store that I consider it to be a little bit more expensive than the other one. This bill in total was $43.86, which was more than the one from last week, but that's because I bought these 2 things. I also had to buy toilet paper, which I didn't do the week before, and the toilet paper was €4.26. Okay, so I bought chicken, and I bought chicken last week too, and there's a vast difference in price between the chicken that I bought at the other store that I thought was cheaper compared to this store. Other thing I bought was rice. Rice is €2.26. I bought cream cheese, which I'm going to use to make a mushroom chicken recipe. So I did buy a big one thinking I would use it again later. And that was $2.88. Then I bought coffee. Again, the most expensive item on here, €8.73. Bread. I bought the same brand of bread, but I bought a different style because I'm really tired of the one that I have. So this was €2.15. Not bad. Okay, the other thing I bought that I wouldn't normally buy is 1 stick of butter. I'm making I want to make some cookies that is an American recipe, and I tried it last time, like converting the measurements and everything, and it just didn't work. And sticks of butter are kind of hard to find here, and in the US you would get like a package of like 4 or 8 sticks of butter, but here in Greece, this is the first time I've actually seen a stick of butter. And I think it has to do with going to this other grocery store. So the one stick of butter was, oh, €2.23. It's gonna be some expensive cookies. Anyway, right. And I give the stray cats in my neighborhood treats, and these were €2.08. I mean, but this will last me for like at least a month. So anyway, so that's kind of what I bought this week, and this will definitely get me through the rest of this week. Oh, I didn't bring it out, but I also bought frozen peas, and those were €2.48. And the frozen peas will last me. I use those. Usually what I do is I make rice and I put peas in it. That way I don't have to make 2 pots of stuff plus the chicken. I like to keep things simple in terms of when I'm cooking for just myself. I've gotten my phone because I use an app called Volt to order delivery on, because they translate the menus to English, and then I don't also have to call and try to order from a Greek restaurant in English. I really hope that I get over all that eventually. Not the getting over the calling thing, but like that I end up speaking more Greek enough to order food. Okay. So it really varies. Food can be pretty, like going out to eat can be very inexpensive here, and then it can be very expensive here, just like any big city. So I'm gonna show you what I've ordered in the last week, though that's kind of embarrassing. I think because I'm bored, I am ordering a little bit more delivery than I normally would. I'm also tired of cooking. So I ordered this week from a Slovakia place that's like a 10-minute walk from my house, and I got a chicken Slovakia and a kebab and some tzatziki, and I paid, for all of that, I paid €7.90, and that did include a €1 tip. That's kind of my standard tip for delivery, because I figured, you know, unless they're coming from super far, which I don't really order from there because then it's just cold. And then I've ordered from an Indian restaurant that is not much further away, and I get butter chicken and rice, and it's €14.60, and that includes the tip, so that's a little bit more expensive. I'm not really sure why the vast difference in between those, because really in reality rice is cheap and chicken should be the same. So I think it's just, I know that butter chicken is a long process, but their whole menu is slightly more expensive. Let's say it's like a mid-range restaurant. It's not super expensive. Then I've ordered from another place for a cheeseburger that includes French fries. It's a little further away, but still sort of within like a 20-minute walking distance. It's probably, I mean, I think they get here in 10 minutes. Called New York sandwiches, and the cheeseburger was €8.60, and then of course I've tipped them €1. So, you know, obviously it's more expensive than if you were going to McDonald's, but it's a lot better quality than a McDonald's cheeseburger. So all in all, like, I don't think they're that outrageous. Okay, I'm now going to show you a couple of restaurants in my neighborhood. Keep in mind, my neighborhood is more expensive, so the restaurants are a little bit more expensive. I hope that I can go and find a more traditional Greek taverna where the prices would be a little bit cheaper soon. Okay, so a salad here is kind of expensive. I don't want to pay 12 to 14 euros for a salad. In some places, I could get a main entree for that price. All right, so now I'm going to look at the pizza. The pizza goes from 9 to 14 euros, which for like a mid-range restaurant isn't terrible. It looks like things with meat cost a little bit more. The only thing is they don't say how big they are, so I don't know if this is something that could serve one person or 2 people. If it's 2 people, then it's a really decent-sized pizza and a good price. Let's see now what like a main meat dish will cost here. Okay, a little expensive, but not terrible for the kind of restaurant. I obviously am not going to buy a ribeye, but you know, you're getting an Angus burger for 16 euros, and I believe that at the New York sandwiches place I paid like $9.60 for a cheeseburger, so you know, It's more expensive, but I would say it's probably on par for something you would get somewhere else. Let's see. Let's go look at desserts now. All right, those are pretty typical prices in my opinion for a dessert. Okay, I was really hoping this place would have their prices online, but they just have a Facebook page because I feel like this place is more of a traditional Greek taverna. They have a daily menu. Doesn't look like they have a set menu, so the things change every day, and so the prices probably change every day to some degree. Depends on what you can get. And no, you can't get eggplant choux. It's just a really bad translation. The unfortunate thing for me is I've tried to go down there to see what's on offer, and the menu outside is only in Greek. So now I know that I have to go check their Facebook page. This is another place that's near me that has, I think, a more traditional menu. And the menu is in English, so this is good. And there it is. Yes, the prices here are a little bit more on par with what I've seen in more traditional places and similar to the islands. You get a salad for a couple, 6 to 7 euros and a main for 7 to 8. And the nice thing about this place is they deliver. So if you don't want to get out, you can just have them deliver. And I think it's been in the neighborhood for a really long time. So this place I found the other night when I was walking around. It's about a 10-minute walk from my apartment. And I noticed it because the menu they had outside had like Tex-Mex things on it. And as you can see here, this is more like Greek and Italian things. So I'm not exactly sure if that's like a daily menu or if it's like a seasonal menu, but you can see the prices are a little bit higher than the place I just showed you, but the seasonal or daily menu, whatever that is, was more on the lines of the traditional restaurant I just showed you. And on Monday, we're supposed to be able to eat out at restaurants again, so I'm thinking this is going to be the place that I try because I want to try the traditional, sorry, not the traditional, the Tex-Mex things that they had listed outside. Oh, and pasticcio is my favorite thing, but that's a little pricey for pasticcio. On an island, you could get pasticcio for like 9 to 10 euros, maybe less. Anyway, I really hope that this sort of food cost of living has helped you guys. I am going to post a video in the next couple of days about rent and utilities and also transportation costs, keeping in mind that I don't have a car. If there's something that you think I should cover in the next video that I haven't mentioned, leave me a comment down below and I will make sure to include it. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe because then you'll get notified when I put out the next cost of living video. All right, guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.